Hey, it's To The Point with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to The Point Podcast with your boy is Mike.
To
Leo.
The Point, welcome back to
To The Point
Remember
Podcast.
we had this discussion.
Yeah, we had this
a couple years ago?
discussion
Yeah.
when we first started. We're like, man, how are we gonna start up? But we're like, yeah, welcome back to The Point
No,
Podcast.
that's how we ended up with Vince's.
The intro.
It's To The Point. Yeah.
It's-
Well, how is it? How
It's
does
To
it
The
go?
Point
I
with
don't
Mike,
know.
Leo, and Vince.
Hey, guys, listen. You know, it's not a podcast if we don't fuck something up.
Right.
You
Anyways,
know,
yeah,
but
that's
but
how
listen,
we start. The
That's how we
conversation.
always start.
I wouldn't
and
say that
we're gonna
was
keep
a
it a
world
tradition.
record. We started it off right away, but that's not true because we've started it off fucked up a few times.
What? As
But
far as
Like
the
the
show
second
tonight?
we started,
Hey,
yeah.
but that tells you that we don't practice for this shit, man. Like, we do this like once a week, and every week.
Anybody
that
that
we do.
watches us knows we don't practice.
Yeah,
It's
we don't
all
practice. We don't
practice.
script. We don't write anything down,
It's
man. It just
all practice.
it's just it goes out to the
It's all
the universe.
practice.
It's all practice for
Anyways,
when we
this
do
is
have the real stuff.
This is number 84. I'm Mike. That's Leo.
Yeah.
Vince.
This is Vince. I don't even know what the date is.
Today is August 28th, 2024.
Oh, that's right. My boy's
27,
birthday is coming
27.
up soon,
27. Take that back.
yeah. 27. Yeah.
27.
Yeah. It's almost Halloween. You know what's coming up? Labor Day.
Yeah.
I don't know how much
This
that
weekend.
means to many people, but almost Halloween already. There's Christmas stuff out in the stores. It's pretty crazy out there.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy out there, man. It's a crazy world, Mike. What do you expect, man? Like, we live in a crazy world nowadays. I was talking to somebody today or something. I don't know. I talk to a lot of people, I come across a lot of people all the time. So yeah, and
What?
I got
Yeah,
I got a camera
You
now
got
on my
camera
face.
shy. You got a camera in your face every
Listen,
week.
I know, but listen. I don't know where I'm. Anyways, Mike, what's up, man? What's going on in the news
You
today,
were saying
man?
you come across a lot of people.
Well, you know what? I really didn't look at.
You got anything going on this week? or
Well,
what?
today.
Oh, you know what's coming up? Labor Day. Is Labor Day or
that's what
Memorial
we
Day?
just said. Labor Day.
Labor Day. Labor Day. That's crazy. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
My
We
mind is
started
just.
talking about
He'll show
Halloween.
Leo get here any minute now.
That's crazy.
Today, Jack Smith, the guy who was the illegally appointed special counsel going after Donald Trump for the documents, who got shut down here in a courtroom in Fort Pierce, Florida, or Miami, Florida, he got an appeal, actually. So now, well, I don't know if he won his appeal to get the case back in the court, but it pretty much is they're going to go after Trump now for different charges.
Yeah, I
and it's-
also heard he got another charge. He just got
Yeah, I
indicted
think that's what it is. I think they're
another
going to
charge.
they're going to just go after him for different charges now, which, I mean, it's political persecution. And I'm sorry, I know Tim Pool yanked it. They yanked one of their episodes because Laura Loomer was on there and said something about treason is punishable by death. They pulled the episode before YouTube can strike them for it because they don't want to advocate for death. And nobody's advocating for death, but treason is,
Always has
it's
been
punishable by death. you
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
And what these people are doing to our country, and you can say that because it's split in half. So if you do something polarizing, you're doing it to half of the country. You're doing it for half the country, you're doing it against half the country. So at this point, where's that line? And who are you depending on? 12 guys at the Supreme Court to be the referee between the legislative branch and an executive branch that's out of control with the pen? So we've got an election coming up in November, and obviously if you didn't vote in this last election, it's unfortunate because we could have used sane-minded people voting, but this election's going to be even more important with Kamala Harris and this guy, Tim Walz, who's an open socialist. We played videos of him actually admitting it before on other episodes, and she's not a socialist. She's a communist. She's a commie. There's no doubt about it. Her policies are communistic, not democratic. She's going to lie to the public. She's running for office, and nobody voted for her the first time.
Right.
And we're all supposed to believe, that this is the way it should go. Leo, you said before you don't think this is her path. Well,
No, I don't
it
believe
says-
this is her.
Yeah.
I didn't say her path, but I don't think this is her
Her
Man.
destiny.
Yeah, like this. She wasn't meant for this. Like this is not her purpose. This is not her purpose. Is to be like president. Like this is not for her. Like she did well where she was at. She was succeeding. She was doing great as a. I think was she like something with like law? I think she was a judge or something
She
like that.
wasn't doing great. She was
No.
horrible for the frickin' middle class.
Or whatever she was.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And
Well, I
black
mean,
men and women stayed in prison way longer than their sentences were, just because California has a law
right.
where if there's a wildfire or something the state needs help with, it's literally slavery.
right.
She kept people in jail way past their release dates because the state needed them to help fight fires.
Hmm.
You know, so
Right.
and then she's supposed to be a savior of the black community.
Yeah.
There hasn't been any official in government in the last 50 years who's done worse to the black community,
Right.
who she supposedly represents.
Yeah.
And that's debatable. She's Jamaican.
I mean, think about
she's
it.
Jamaican, she's Canadian, and she's Indian.
Right.
And from what I understand, some of the Jamaicans don't even claim that part of the island,
Right.
you know, because it's not.
Like think about it. If I
Other
ran
people.
for something one day, you know, people be like, "Oh, now you want to claim that you're Mexican because you want the Mexican people's votes," you know. But I'm not claiming I'm not. I'm just saying let's think different, you know. Like I'm always thinking different, man. Like what if I was, say I go to I don't know, I go to China, right, and I go and live in China. How would they feel if all of a sudden I just rent an apartment, right? They're like, oh, look at this Mexican. He's in China, rent an apartment, and now all of a sudden he's got the Mexican flag hanging out his balcony. How do you think they would feel? They'd feel some type of way, right? Or say a Chinese guy comes to Mexico, you know, and rents out a balcony, and all of a sudden he flies his China flag. How'd you feel? You know, I'm just saying, like, how would you feel? You know, that's how people feel, like, whenever they raise their flags here or they raise their flags there. I'm just saying flags in general, okay? There's a time for it. There's a place for it, like everything else. Let's just be respectful, man. You know, like, that's all I'm saying.
Speaking of flags, I got a question, a little
Where's
bit
our-
off topic,
where's our
but
flag?
Oh, you're good.
I'm glad you said
where do
that.
y'all stand on burning the American flag? Should that be like a felony, or should that be your right if you want to burn the flag?
Well, I mean, it's downright disrespectful. But speaking of flag, let me put our flag
mean-
up there. I don't know why our flag's
Because
not there.
I mean, people burn our flag all the time, and they say, "Well, it's their right to protest."
It's freedom of speech. So,
Right.
I mean, it is your right to speak your mind and in protest, burn that flag. I don't agree with it, but to some people, it's just a flag.
Right.
Mm.
You know, it's like the Bible. Like the Bible means something to a Christian or anybody who reads the Bible, follows it. But to some people, it's just a book.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
I mean, I
well-
hate to say it that way, but it's just a
No,
flag.
no, you're right, though, Mike.
Do
You're
you
right.
think
though.
you would
You're
as
not-
easily get away with burning Bibles in protest, or
Now,
the flag?
yes. Yeah, now I don't know. It's one and the same.
Hey, talking about that, what was that thing that I seen somewhere? I think down south or somewhere that where people were laying down on the ground or something like that because
They-
Florida just
Oh.
passed some kind of law or something like that. What was that? Teach me, Mike. Tell me
I
about
have
it.
no idea.
I've
got
seen
me.
You
I've
seen
seen
that?
pictures of it. I don't really know much.
What was that all
but-
about? I seen it in the only in Florida.
I
Something happened or whatever.
I
yeah.
have no idea.
You have no idea. Something about the state of Florida passed some kind of law or something like that. I'm not quite sure against what it is. I don't know. I saw it and I was like, let me see if you guys know anything about it. But anyways, Mike, back to what you were saying. You know, about burning the flag.
Well, the
you know.
flag. I mean, there's etiquette to the flag. You're not supposed to wear the flag either. Like you're not supposed to, like you see athletes come out of the water
Right.
and they cover their flag. We've got flag bathing suits, flag bath towels. We've got flag. You're not supposed to wear the flag like that. You're supposed to wear it with honor on your sleeve.
I mean,
or
think about.
display
I mean, think
the
about it.
flag.
What it is.
Yeah.
Flag. Let me look for the definition of a flag. See what a flag
Well, I
is
mean,
and
it
what it's supposed.
represents your
Right. So
you
there.
know,
So there you go. I mean, it-
represents who you're
it should
from,
be
your
w-
tribe, which is good. But I'm saying, in the broader realm, it's just like in the broad scope, it's just a flag.
right.
It does mean something though to a patriot,
Right.
you know, because it does represent your tribe. You know,
Right.
just like in the old English days, each lord or families, they all had their crest, their coat of arms, their banners, and you can tell who that army is that's marching over the hill based on their banners. That's their flags. What am I seeing here? I see new Trump indictment
So look-
tries to salvage case after Supreme Court. We talked about that. Go ahead.
It says it's a piece of cloth or some kind of material, typically squared, attachable by one edge to a pole or rope and used as a symbol or embassy of the country. Decoration. So it's a flag, man. It's supposed to be flown. Not like you said, and you're not supposed to wear it. There again, there's flags that you use at the beach, like a beach towel flag. Okay, now that's on the ground. That's a flag, technically, if you think about it.
Well, technically it's a towel, but
Okay, but it's still
use
the flag.
an image of the flag.
Right, So I mean, I don't. I mean, it's a good question, Vince. To me, that's up to the person of what that. I leave it up to you. That's up to you, however you feel. But to me, I'm not gonna burn it. I have bought multiple American flags just because they fade out. Because I just leave it and I represent who I am. I put it outside and let the sun hit it, and I
Do you
let
think
people know. And I fold them up. I try to fold them up as best as I can. I try to look at YouTube videos and try to fold it up as best I can. But I have it tucked away. And my wife one day asked me, she's like, "What are you gonna do with all those flags?" I'm like, "I don't know." She's like, "You could donate them and give them to somewhere or something, and
They'll dispose of
Right.
them
and
respectfully.
they just
they burn them.
something like that, right?"
You know,
We do at the
So
Cub
the-
Scouts and Boy Scouts.
You know how
Oh,
you
yeah.
talked about hanging a flag, like you going to another country and hanging your flag. What about going to another country and burning their flag?
Oof.
What do you think the response is versus? I mean, here you can do whatever the fuck you want,
Yeah.
and there's no consequences.
Yeah, for sure.
But
You could do
like,
it.
could you imagine going to some of these other countries and burning their flag in their country?
Yeah, that'd be pretty.
I don't
So-
think they'd get the same treatment.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Leo, this might be what you were talking about down in Miami. A new state law ends civilian police oversight. So for more than 20 years, Miami police have had an extra set of eyes, civilian eyes, watching over how it investigates officers accused of misconduct. But soon that oversight will be no more. That's interesting. I mean, we
I
don't
don't know,
we don't
Tom.
have that here, but
No.
I see Miami as a whole lot bigger.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Police department. I don't see any like protests.
Yeah, I can't
I don't
remember
know.
where I saw it or something like that. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys remember? Hey, Mike, do you remember, or Vince, do you ever remember going to Blockbuster
Oh yeah,
or movie gallery?
Yeah.
Blockbuster. I definitely remember that. I've been walking around sometimes for an hour just looking for what next
But
movie
you know what,
wanna
Vince?
watch.
You know what would be good? I'm not even gonna put it on there. Nope. Sorry, guys. I ain't putting it out there. Fuck
What's
y'all.
that? Go ahead.
He just had an idea that it's going to make him rich, and he doesn't want to share it with everybody.
I'll share with you guys, but I ain't gonna share it on there. You know what? I'm gonna share with you guys. It is what it is. It'd be badass to go like all these like little thrift stores and stuff like that and buy all these movies and open up a shop and be like, I rent it out for you. Think you'd make some money?
You talking about opening up a Blockbuster today?
Yeah. Or like the movie
No.
gallery and call it Leo's
I mean,
Gallery.
I mean, if you do it in the right area, you might find people that would be interested just because it's,
Yeah.
old school way. But
Why not?
I don't think it might just be a flame for a little while and then it's going to go out. I don't see it. I don't people going and.
I don't think so. Vince.
Man, I can go on my phone right now and get it. I got millions of movies to choose from, Leo. I ain't driving across town with gas prices.
You're
the
not
way
gonna
they
go to
are.
Leo's Gallery real quick, Vince?
You probably got an app.
Listen, they used to have one of those here in town in Felsmere.
Movie gallery?
It was kind of something sort of like that. You know where it was at, Mike?
No.
I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead.
It was right there. It was right there by the laundromat. You know that laundromat that's right there by the gas station on
Yeah.
512.
Yeah,
You know that
yeah.
building that they
Down the
that
sides?
that the Gator Sod or whatever
Yeah,
used to be
yeah,
there.
Yeah, shout out to Gator Sod. They're not paying for it. But,
But anyways, that building right there, man, they used to have like a little movie gallery, and if you went all the way upstairs, they had that little triple X stuff up there.
oh,
man.
yeah?
Yeah, man. That was the good old days, man. When I used to hang around Fellsmere, and it was good times, man. They used to have like an adult parlor back here then too, Mike. They used to call it a 21, but in Spanish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they call it el 21.
Oh yeah.
21, yeah, because
Yeah.
you would charge 21, and then if you didn't have a Jimmy Jack, that's where the other one came in.
I remember Vero having a couple nightclubs.
So you know what
None of them ever
and
lasted.
you know where that was at, Mike? Let me tell you. Hey, it is what it is, man. Like you know, like it's Inner County policemen didn't know about it, or if they did, they probably stopped by there too. It is what it is. You know where the barbershop is at, Mike?
Yeah.
Down on that corner right there, there used to be a 2-story house. Used to be a 2-story house, and that you'd go in there and you get a happy ending. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's what they charge you, $21. If you didn't have a Jimmy Jack, that's where the one came in. If you did, then there's $20. That's some shit, huh, Vince? Those good times, man.
Anyways, again, if you're watching us right now, we're streaming on YouTube, Rumble, and Kick. We've got no followers on Kick, I think 2.
Oh yeah,
But,
I heard about Kick.
We're just gonna start uploading to whatever we can. If I can stream it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
whatever. But if you're watching us right now, drop us a comment in the chat. Let's see how the stream's working, and say what's up. But anyways, I wanted to bring up this story before we go on to some other important stuff. But a California bill that would give undocumented first-time homebuyers funds despite budget deficit advances. This thing is like, have you heard about this?
Yeah, new home buyers, 25 grand.
For illegals? No.
Oh no,
No.
this is for something else. Oh,
This is for undocumented. They
No, I
say
hadn't heard about that
undocumented,
one.
but these are illegals. So, real quick, I'll blow through it real quick. California lawmakers voted a bill through the state Senate on Tuesday that would allow illegal immigrants to apply for the California Dream for All First-Time Homebuyers Financial Assistance Program. AB 1840 requires the California Housing Finance Authority's Home Purchase Assistance Program, or California Dream for All program, to include undocumented applicants. The California Dream for All program passed despite funds running out just 11 days after being instituted in June, which awarded 1,700 first-time homebuyers at the time. Finding more funding for the program was the prime concern for the floor debate. A spokesman for the California's Department of Finance confirmed to Channel 3 on Tuesday that the California Dream for All has no money left to supply the program. The program awards first-time homebuyers up to 20% of a home's value, or up to $150,000 as a down payment assistance. The bill now heads back to California State Assembly to go over revisions made by the state Senate. Let me pause right there and read that again. Did you hear that?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The program awards first-time homebuyers up to $20,000 of a home's value, 20% of a home's value, or up to $150,000 as a down payment assistance. I don't know about you, but like I can't get any assistance with a down
And
payment.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but if
Not
they're
$150,000.
if they're illegal,
we'd be
they're
doing
not.
this in a better place right now.
So obviously, if they're illegal, they have a job and must have money coming in, but they're not paying taxes. But
I don't know.
how much have you guys gotten from the government, born and raised here, as far as like
Just
assistance
the
with buying a
COVID.
house?
None.
I didn't get shit.
None.
Did you, Leo?
For what?
Did you get the government give you any cash to buy a house?
Give me no cash.
But we've been paying taxes our whole lives.
Vince, because you know why, Vince? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly fucking why, man. And I'm not ashamed to say it. And I'll tell you, I'm an American. I'm an American.
I'm an American.
You know, it's because of that, Vince.
Mhm.
That's what it is. We are Americans. That is our white privilege. That is white privilege. You ain't getting shit. That's your white privilege, Vince.
Yeah.
You ain't getting shit. Okay?
Our country always wants to give
You ain't getting
shit.
shit.
You ain't
man.
getting
Look at the
shit.
billions of dollars we send to other countries. They want to help everybody but
Vince,
ourselves.
that is your white privilege. you ain't getting shit.
But at the
You're
end
gonna
of the
get
day,
shit on.
you know,
Shit is gonna be taken from you. Shit is gonna be robbed from you.
You know what's effed up
I'm
is
just letting you know, Vince.
all this money that we give away to other countries, to illegals.
That's the real American
So
right there, boy.
you would think we're an unselfish country, right?
You would think.
But no, at the end of the
No.
day, we're probably the most selfish.
Yeah.
But it's all going to in the pockets of the billionaires and dirty politicians.
Yeah, for sure. None of it's going in my pocket. Not in the past not in the past. Excuse me, but not in the past 4 years.
Excuse me, there ain't none in my pocket.
You know.
Hey, take that COVID money and stick it up your ass.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like I gotta eat, man. Like my kids gotta eat. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm paying $6 for a gallon of milk. Come on, man. You know, I need to buy a whole milk, man, so my kids can stick to one of them titties and fucking suck that milk out, man. Like, come on, man. Like, how bad is it? Like, seriously, like, how bad is it? Like, we had no eggs. Oh, Vince, you know what, the other day I saw this stupid thing going off of the different page. Have you ever noticed that people fry chicken and dip it in egg and stuff like that? Like, why do you frying your own chicken and your own egg and the egg and the chicken and the chicken and the egg? Isn't that weird?
Huh?
Like, you eat the chicken, right? And then you also use the egg that the chicken gave you to dip it, like, to fry it and stuff like that. The other day when I was doing chicken cutlets, like, I was pounding out the chicken. I'm pounding out the chicken and I'm about to put it right back into what it just gave me, an egg. I was just like, what?
It's weird. It's weird.
Like a weird concept. But anyways, yeah, man, like, I don't know, man. The government takes everything from us. And then, look, and even when you die, you still got to pay. You got to pay to be born and you got to pay to die. You got to pay for everything. Everything you got to pay, you got to pay. Pay.
You pay
But-
taxes on the house that you buy
But yeah.
for the whole 30 years that you're
Vince.
paying it. Even when the house is paid off, you still pay taxes on
But
it.
Vince, but if
Even
I
when
say,
it's yours.
Vince, but if I say that I am poor and that I don't have this and that I don't have that and I need this and I need assistance for that. I understand some people need it, okay? I understand. Some people need this stuff. Don't get me wrong. If you need it, okay, you need it. Not a problem. But 90% of the people, I'm calling you out. You don't need it, man. You have a job, you work, you have everything that you need, but yet you're so goddamn greedy, you go out there and get it just because it's out there. Don't do that, man. Leave it for the people that do need it, because then you're hurting my pocket, you're hurting everybody else's pocket.
Well, that's just like
Plain and simple.
I've even said, like, people collect, even the Americans collecting off the government.
Plain
sitting
and
at home.
simple, man. Like, it is what it is. If you need it, you need it. But
There's
if you
some that
don't-
need it, but there's so many that don't. Like, find them why don't we find them like, instead of just handing them money, find them a job, find them something that they can do, even if it's just like 20 hours a week doing phone calls from home. Make them earn it somehow. Most
Yeah.
of them don't need. They're not that bad, you know? I mean, they just don't want to work. And then some of them are doing side gigs, cash money under the table, while they collect money from people paying taxes.
Yeah.
Just another portion of the system that's broken.
Yeah, no, for sure. You know, go straight across the board. How about that? See how they feel.
Yeah, see if when you get over to Mexico or Canada, if they start shoving money in your pockets.
You know, I'm just saying,
They
like,
ain't gonna give you shit.
like I'm just saying, this is the land of the free, the land where you come and live your dreams. Okay, but how about listen to what I just say, the place where you come. Okay, but what if you don't come here? What if this is your place of living? How about that? What do I get now?
Yeah.
Where's my fucking dream?
You know
Where's
what?
my fucking money?
Let them come here, but let them
But-
come here
But see-
legally.
but Steven, listen to what I just said. This is the land where you can come and live your dream. Okay, but what if I don't come here? What if this is my land? This is where I was born. This is where I live. This is everything.
People
you
in
know?
other countries would say where you were born into a dream.
Okay, but no, I wasn't. Everybody else is living their dream that's coming here.
Meanwhile,
Besides the
you're
people that live here and have always lived here and were born and raised here,
And you
they're
gotta
not living the
bust
dream.
your ass your whole life.
Exactly, you know. But yeah, everybody else is living their dream. The fuck, man.
A lot of people that come to this country,
Just
even
saying.
some of them that come legally from other countries, our government
Come
gives
at
them
me, bro.
gives them houses, gives them businesses.
No, yeah, for sure.
I went to school with a kid. His dad was given a gas station.
And
when
don't
he
tell
moved
me,
here.
and don't
He moved
co-
here and was given a gas station, given a house, and all he had to do was live in the house for 10 years, and it was his.
Okay,
He
but
didn't have
see-
to pay payments on
But
it.
see, here we go again. We feel sorry for these people because you came from another country that did this to you, did that to you, did this. So you know what? We're going here. Here you go. Ching, 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 ching. Hey, bro, hook me up too. Like, what's up? You know, there's some people get a paycheck just because. You know, every month. That ain't fair.
You're right.
I'm just saying, man. It's not fair to the true American.
But
yet-
half America is stupid. I'm sorry.
You know.
No, I
Yeah,
couldn't
I
agree more
agree
with
with
that.
Well, speaking of stupid Americans, when we met last week, I believe the DNC was going on at that point, or it was we met on Wednesday, and I think it was in the middle of the DNC.
Yeah, it was.
So speaking of that, here's a touchy subject, and let's listen to this sheriff from Texas, Leo.
When Donald Trump comes down to Texas, stands next to officers in uniforms just like mine, he's not there to help us. Don't think that, not for a second. He is a self-serving man. I mean, look, just like when he killed the border bill, he just made our jobs harder. Now, Kamala, on the other hand, has been fighting border crime for years. She's gone down to Mexico and worked to stop the traffickers. And when the traffickers didn't stop, she put them in jail. Now, down in my neck of the woods, we call that fooling around and finding out. I may be paraphrasing a bit. We protect them. Now, the border sheriffs that I know, right, and we're like Kamala. We protect and serve. We enforce the law. We show compassion. And we fight like hell to protect our border. Because as we've always known in Texas, cuando luchamos, ganamos. When we fight, we win.
For what are your needs?
Well, right now, thank you for having me, first off. Right now, what I'm asking for is for the president or a member of his administration that can make decisions to come down and talk to not just me, but at least 12 other Texas sheriffs from major counties in the state of Texas that are dealing with this issue firsthand. So I'd like to see somebody from Washington come down here, get boots on the ground, get eyes on the issue at hand, and then talk to us, a bipartisan group of Texas sheriffs that are really taking a common sense approach because we have to.
Yeah, that was him a few months back, or I guess a year ago, begging for help from the administration. And the other night, he's at the DNC praising Kamala Harris, that she's law and order, and she went after cartel members, and you know nobody's done more for the border. Like, it's crazy. Here's another unhinged politician. I believe she's a state congresswoman from somewhere in the Midwest. Let me see. If you didn't know better, you'd have thought she was speaking at the RNC. So listen. If she didn't name drop, so listen.
Donald Trump would be able to weaponize the Department of Justice to go after his political opponents. He could even turn the FBI into his own personal police force. That is not how it works in America. That's how it works in dictatorships.
Cool, kick the nation with the groove, then we rock the place when the bass gets smooth. Dance, with the vibes get loose, I hit the floor directed to the roof. Cool, kick the nation with the groove, then we rock the place when the bass gets smooth. Dance, with the vibes get loose.
Yeah, I left that last part there just for the hell of it. But yeah, that's
fucking
unhingement.
crazy.
Like, she's completely deranged. Like, this is exactly what the administration is doing that's there now. They're going after Donald Trump.
Well, it's classic. That's
With
what the
lawfare.
Democrats have been doing for quite some time now. All they do is accuse Trump of doing. They're saying he's going to do what they're already doing, and they're saying it's wrong. But like you said, half of America's too stupid to see it.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know what this is. Let's see what this is. was nothing. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just crazy how they're lying to half of America, but that half of America believes them,
Yeah, for sure.
and they vote. They vote. What else you got?
Nah, not much.
I got this funny, but it's kind of vulgar. Let's hear it anyways.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Yeah, so that's you know, they're also just agreed to a debate on September 10th.
Did
What is
they
September
did
10th?
they end up agreeing on the open mic? Do you
On
know?
who?
Kamala was trying to get Trump to agree to doing an open mic, which basically means so when Trump's talking that all of them can just keep interrupting him.
Really? That's fucked up.
Because they're gonna, they'll
Well,
team
their
up on him.
plan at the last debate didn't work out so much. They thought they were going to hinder him with rules, and he followed all their rules, and he just destroyed Joe Biden. So much that, where's Joe Biden now? Yeah, so it's pretty sad, though. I mean, the country's at a pivotal point, and I was talking to somebody at the grocery store the other day I ran into, and, you know what they say about democracies, they don't live past like 300 years or something like that, and our democracy is like past this like life expectancy of this type of society, and sooner or later it's going to erupt into another civil war, another formation of a different kind of government. And I'm scared to death of that, but I don't see any other way out. I don't see any unity coming.
I don't see it getting fixed.
Nah.
No, there's no meeting in the middle anymore
No.
because everybody has picked a side, and they're not willing to back down from it.
I agree.
It's like I've said before, like almost just to avoid the Civil War, why don't we just divide the country in half? And I know it's not that simple. And let them run their communist socialist country over there, and we run the country the way we want. And let's see who lasts longer.
I
'Cause-
wonder what percentage of America would vote for that.
What, to just like divide it up?
Yeah,
Split the land?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that would be very difficult to even come up with an agreement.
Oh yeah, for sure.
How do you divide up the land? But
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume Florida would end up, but I mean, who knows? I'll move.
How would
Fuck
you
it.
divide it though?
I don't know. I just came up with like a theory. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
all
no,
that.
I'm just saying like.
But
how
I mean,
would it
like
be
maybe
divided, though?
you just give, like if you're looking at the U.S. map right now, the 50 states, cut it in half, and you all take this half, we'll take this half.
Would it still be the same flag?
No, not for both sides, anyways.
No, what would it be though? What would it be called?
They'll probably have some sort of.
Well,
like,
there's always been
trans
talk
flag or
of like
something.
some states have always had like votes in house about succession, like Texas being one of them. It's very difficult. There's some parts of other states that have voted to succeed from that state to become a part of another, like a part of Oregon wants to succeed and join Idaho, and because that's who they politically align with, and
Right.
it's a lot to it. There's no way around it without some type of conflict, because in the end, borders and boundaries are set up
Right.
based on like an even playing ground. Like you look at a map, and most borders, even across Europe, are shaped based on like rivers and mountain ranges and
Right.
canyons or coastlines, and obviously geographics,
Right.
and protecting that is part of the play. But yeah, it's a lot to do with it, and it'll be interesting. I don't know what. I mean, I even think part of Monroe County had tried succeeding from the state of Florida.
Right.
The Keys all the way from Miami south. So not Miami, but south of Miami. But it'll be interesting. I don't know, but other news, Robert F. Kennedy, because he's being sued in like 11 states by the Biden administration.
Who's this?
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Yeah, what's up with that? Who is this guy?
He's a Democrat. He's a Kennedy.
But he
He's
was
a-
running as
He's
an
a Democrat. Well, because
the Democrats wouldn't let him
right,
run.
they didn't want to have a primary. They didn't want him to run against Joe Biden because he
Why
would have
not?
beat him. He would have beat him.
So they
But he's-
literally
he-
told this guy he couldn't run?
That's pretty much what they're doing.
That's fucked up.
because he's anti-establishment. He's anti-unnecessary vaccinations. He's not anti-vax. He's just anti-mandate stuff
Right.
like that. And, but half his family hates him. They're disowning him because he's not. They were doing this before the other day, but even more so now since he's decided to pull his name from the swing states, 11 swing states. He wants to pull his name off the ballot and endorse Trump. He's essentially dropping out of the race and endorsing Trump, which is monumental. The guy
Right.
aligns more with modern conservatives,
Right.
I would say, anyways.
Right.
I don't like his Second Amendment stance, but he's come around on a lot of issues. The longer he's hung out with MAGA people, the more people he's talked to in the MAGA
Right.
camp,
Right.
it seems like he's soaking in a different point of view.
Right.
And it might be the first Republican Kennedy ever. I don't know if he'll ever do that,
Right.
but I mean, like I said, he's got some positions that aren't very conservative. But as far as him dropping out of the race, it's a perfect candidate to run the CIA. Perfect person to expose why or who shot and killed his father and his uncle. His uncle was John F. Kennedy, the president that was assassinated. His father was
Right.
Robert F. Kennedy. Bobby Kennedy, he was an attorney general, I believe, for New York, who was running for president and was shot and killed. Or maybe he was, I don't know if he was announcing. I don't know if he announced. I wasn't there, so don't quote me. But so it's pretty exciting for the conservatives to see more of that unity across more independent lines. But I mean, as long as it doesn't water down the fundamental values,
Right.
you have to give a little bit of compromise. But
Yeah.
the left just seems to be getting more left and more
Yeah.
progressive, more radical. Just doesn't make much sense to anybody who remembers the classic liberals. And that's what I was talking to this woman about, was like the classic liberal is gone. Bill Clinton, he was kind of like the last phase of him, but they're now progressive liberals who've hijacked their party, which, I mean, let's face it, they're all weak anyways. So
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I didn't know my mouth was right on the microphone. I apologize for that, guys.
that's that the oil can. You moved on. He had an oil can. But
I had a what, Mike?
it was like an oil can,
Oil
so like a quart or a high noon or something like that.
Something like
and
that.
not just that, Tulsi Gabbard.
Right.
She is a Democrat, maybe former Democrat from Hawaii. She was a congresswoman. She's also got a distinguished military background. She jumped ship a few months back, and
Oh, yeah?
she's formally endorsed Donald Trump. So there's hopes out there between, of course you got Donald Trump and Vance, but there's hopes that Vivek Ramaswamy will be a part of this new Avengers or whatever they're calling it.
I seen like a little ad where they were like Avengers.
Of Justice League or something like that, like Vivek, Robert F. Kennedy,
Robert
Tulsi
F. Kennedy
Gabbard,
was the Hulk in the thing I saw. It was
Elon
pretty funny.
Musk.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, there's a couple, and there's even some question about Mark Zuckerberg, because
So
his
did-
comments about Trump after the assassination attempt,
Right.
he even said that iconic photo, what Trump did during that attempt on his life,
Uh-huh.
was like the most badass thing he's ever
Yeah.
seen in his life.
Did-
so
did-
maybe
Speaking of Zuckerberg, he came out and officially admitted that Facebook was kind of pushed into by our government to mute people that didn't have points of view, democratic point of views on Facebook. He came out and admitted that basically the Biden administration, the FBI put pressure on him, and he fell for it. And he's basically come out and said that he'll never do it again.
Wow.
That he's never going to let them
well, that's in
censor
light.
Facebook.
So this is a
Right.
big story.
No, that's good, though.
I'm glad you brought it up,
Yeah.
Vince, because I almost forgot. So the CEO of Telegram, I can't pronounce his name. He's a Russian, French dual citizen. He was in France. He was landing in France, and they arrested him. They detained him. They're putting rumors out there that he is not taking child pornography off the platform. Let's face it, Telegram's huge.
Right.
We might not use it, but globally, it's a huge app, and it's used for many things. But he won't. What he won't do is he won't comply with the government's request to censor people or subjects or trending items. So they've arrested him. So at the same time, you had Chris Pavlovsky, who's the CEO of Rumble, where we're streaming at right now. He was in France, and I believe he was in France, and he was like, feels like, the tone I got from his tweet, I don't have it pulled up, but it was like he felt relieved, like he just got out of there just in time. Like they might have been coming for him next, because Rumble's banned now in a few countries because they won't comply with government requests to censor individuals, political opponents, or just ideals, like anti-COVID stuff or whatever.
And I know one of the reasons he was not wanting to. They throw the child pornography thing out there, but the whole point of Telegram is it's confidential. So the only way that they could do that would be to actually track what people are sending.
And we've talked about this before. They throw that out there, and it's always going to be out there. It could be completely false, but they just spoke it into existence. No one's ever going to go back and follow up. Like you hear this story a month later, and you hear that part. Oh, it wouldn't censor child pornography, but you don't go back and see that it was rebuked. Like that wasn't the actual charge. It just happened to be what some idiot Krasenstein on Twitter said, like, oh, that means he could be harboring child pornography.
Right.
So he just spoke it into existence, and no one goes back to fact check.
Right.
Not on that side,
and then my question would be, if there's people putting child pornography on there, if you can prove it, why aren't you going after these people? Why does he have to censor it? Just go after the people that are doing, if they're doing it.
Yeah, if they're doing it, why don't you go after them?
Right, you go after them.
Right.
But it's probably because it's like
He's
an encoded,
scared.
all that stuff like on WhatsApp is supposed to be encoded.
Right.
So
It's supposed to be private.
Right. I don't know. There is, what do we got? We have a FAFO segment. It's Steve Inman or Einman again. Unnecessary commentary. I don't know, but we're going to share his channel again. Let's watch this clip here. We're on camera, by the way. I never did fix this one.
Oh, no, you good.
Yeah. I just realized.
Ooh.
Yeah, you see that?
Ooh. Boom. There you go. Fuck around and find out for real. There you go.
Look, what's he do?
What? What was that?
Stupid.
Boom. How about now?
Can you hear it better?
Ooh.
He's throwing shit. Yeah.
When we first threw something, I was thinking it was a grenade.
Oh
waiting for the
man,
explosion.
that's it. That's all you can.
This is Brazil. Watch this cop.
Ooh, how about that?
Let's watch that again.
He put him to
He
sleep.
gone.
He literally put him to sleep. Night
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, make sure you, if you're on X, follow Steve Inman. I don't know.
Hinman.
Inman. Yeah. This fucked up there. This is where it started. Boom. Oh, fucked right up, man.
Night night.
That's imagine just one
Night.
mess up, you know, and
Well, why'd you do it in the first place?
I don't know. I mean, well, sometimes people get down on their luck, man.
Yeah, I know.
You know, but that's
Their luck didn't get any better in that video.
definitely not, man.
Yeah, no.
I just don't see. You know, it's pretty unfortunate, but
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else for tonight. We've been streaming for just under an hour, I believe. We are on Kick, Rumble. You can find us on Facebook, but we're not streaming to Facebook, but we're also streaming to YouTube. There's some other platforms out there we want to kind of expand to.
Kick.
It's kind of, we get shadow banned everywhere we go, except for Rumble. Rumble's pretty good to us, but
Hopefully Facebook's going to be getting better.
well,
Now that
I don't know,
Zuckerberg's
man.
coming
They
around a
haven't
little
let
bit.
us go
I
live
don't
for the
know.
last 3 weeks in a row. And last week, every time we went live to Facebook, it shut down my streaming software. So I thought it was Kick, but this week Kick's working pretty fine, which I don't know. We put it out there anyways. Make sure you follow us on Rumble. You know, it's a lot to ask somebody, like, if you don't use Rumble. I don't really use Rumble very much, but almost everybody I follow on Facebook, they have a channel on Rumble, and I follow them there too, because sometimes I will use their browser, their media player. Sometimes I don't, but I know if Facebook or YouTube shadow bans them or strikes them out and they quit making their money or whatever, if they live off it, if they have to bail from YouTube, at least I know I can still get the content I know and trust
Right.
on Rumble. So again, you can find us on Spotify, YouTube, Rumble, X, Facebook,
Instagram.
TikTok, Instagram. We only stream to a couple at a time, but we always post the links out there. But make sure you follow us on those alternate platforms, especially X and Rumble. 'Cause you never know.
Follow.
Yeah.
Follow. That's
Yeah.
all I gotta say is just follow, man. Just follow. Give us a like. That's it. Just
Just
hit the button. Don't even look at it. Just hit the button.
You can find. Where can they find you on Instagram at?
They can follow me at Leo. At Leonzo M06 on Instagram. All right, guys. Make sure you guys give me a follow. Hit me up in the DM real quick.
Yeah, and you can find me on Twitter at tothepoint.com, but that's not. That is DOTCOM.
Oh, guess what, Mike? You know where they can find me too?
What's that?
They can find me on TikTok now.
Oh yeah, go ahead, give it out.
They can find me on TikTok with Beards with Leo. Havids, you like that, Havids?
Beards with Leo.
Beards with Leo.
Yep.
I'm going to put some content out there, Mike. I'm going to become a TikTok creator. I'm going to be putting some beards.
You going to do that broom challenge that you're so good at? I know that originated on TikTok.
Yeah,
that was a long time ago.
Yeah. I don't know,
Leo
man.
can
I'm
stand
gonna
a
learn.
broom up
I'm
in the
gonna
middle
learn
of the
how to do a
floor.
little bit of videos here and there. I gotta fix my camera first, though.
Well, we
But I'm
get
gonna
to
learn.
set it. We'll hold this class tonight. Because Indian River Connections. Again, make sure you follow Indian River Connections. We like to promote small businesses in our community, and we're wanting to thrive on the podcast section. So if you're interested in starting a podcast, or if you want to make content and promote that content, we want to talk, and we have a platform that we want to grow, and it's got the building blocks, so we just want to grow off that, and we want to help you grow too. So Make sure you check out Indian River Connections. There you can find our preferred small businesses. You can find feature videos like Thomas Kenny from the Sunshine Journal or John Capiobano from Cap's Pizza and Pub in Vero Beach. And we're trying to get some more interviews down the pipeline, but otherwise check out our content there, also on Facebook and Rumble and YouTube. And that's all I got. We'll play a little trailer for Indian River Connections and our only sponsor right now, which is IRC Washing. That's me. You guys good? Ready to get out of here?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Peace out.
Hey, nos vemos.
IRC Washing. We've got you covered and buildings, concrete and sidewalks, roofs and fences, available for commercial and residential services. Call or text 772-584-7703 and ircwashing.com.